Yes, big up. Welcome back to the What Are We Doing Here podcast. This is a first for me, Perchy. I think this is the first time I have ever started a show without a single comment in the comment section. Look, there's nothing in there. Can you see? There's
Hi,
nothing.
guys.
Hi, everyone. I mean, it almost feels, Perchy, that the moment the transfer window shut, that YouTube stopped working. I don't know what has happened, but hello to you and hello to the 13 people that are watching at the moment. You good?
Yeah, mate, I'm all good. I'm all good. Everyone's playing FIFA now. That's why, man. I'm telling you. It's all the people playing FIFA. Blame Mark Goldbridge for having everyone. See all the people that tell us about monopolising. By the way, there's nobody here.
It's absolutely mental. It's absolutely mental. Honestly, do you know what? As you know, I said, listen, I'm sorting my holiday around to the wife's annoyance. So I'm sorting the holiday around the international break. She was like, "You sure?" I said, "Yeah, it'll be quiet during the international break, but busy when I get back." Oh, God, how wrong was I? Been back for 11, 12 days now, and it is the quietest I've ever seen YouTube. But we are definitely not quiet, me and you. And there's things to talk about. There's things to talk about. We've got a cup game with Doncaster on Wednesday night, and suddenly the world is all clambering for Luca Williams-Barnett to start. I don't know where this has come from, but now everyone wants him to start. But before we get into that and Wolves at home, Don Paratici, I don't know if we can say Spurs employee. I don't know if he is. He
ever has been for a very long time, to be fair.
But wasn't he like some sort of consultancy position? Yeah. I think.
Oh, I think. Look. Big up to everyone in the chat. Look, I think. Look, Dom, the Paratici stuff for me, it's more headache than it's worth, right? Like we were just sort of talking about just before we went live. It's just. Is the whole Paratici thing just a bit of a bigger headache than it needs to be? Like when Paratici was here, like I didn't sit there and go, "Oh my God, this guy is amazing." He brought in some good players, he brought in some crap players, but so many people, right? So many people make out like he's the Messiah.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Johnny, I know you're big up Johnny. Johnny thinks he's the Messiah, but I look at it and go,
"Yeah, Johnny." Yeah, I'll have it out with Johnny tonight. Yeah,
bring it up with him later on. But look, for me, I don't look at him and go, we have to bend over backwards and do whatever we have to bring this guy in. I don't think he's all that. But for me, look, this whole saga for me has been too much anyway with the whole scandals. Look, go and get a director of football that you can go, do you know what? We don't have to talk about him. I don't want to. For me, Paratici now, there's too much baggage with this guy. And it was all about, this guy is sitting there with his headphones on the touchline, weren't it? That was what it was with him. And it was like, him on the touchline, he's on the phone. Like, oh, great. Okay, cool. Can we just get a director of football that we don't really talk about, but he just gets the job done, right? Like, I just would love to can we just get Joe Bloggs, who gets on the phone to someone like a Bournemouth and go, look, we want to get involved with Semenyo, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. Like, just simple, right? I don't really think we need to get some sort of everything sort of crazy, but
do you mean back to this whole situation of where we don't talk about the men in suits?
I hate when all we talk about at this football club is people in suits. If it's not Daniel Levy, it's Paratici, or it's Scott Munn, or if it's Johan Lang, or can we talk about Thomas Frank and the 11 players on the pitch at the time? Like I want to go back to just talking football, right? And look, it is what it is, right? Look, can we just get someone in that does the job? It doesn't have to be this sort of charismatic or scandal-driven sort of thing. Just getting a bloke who can get on the phone to players' agents and go, look, we want your guy. Is he interested in Tottenham? Yay, nay, or bollocks? Okay, cool. Thank you. We'll get on with it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Like if you said to me right now about Liverpool's director of football, Chelsea's director of football, I couldn't really tell you a lot. I don't really know that much. Obviously, we know Newcastle lost Ashworth, didn't they, and didn't replace. But was it Ashworth? Am I thinking of, was it Mitchell or Ashworth?
Didn't Dan Ashworth go to Man United, then left Man United?
Yeah, who was it that just left Newcastle before the window started? Was that Ashworth or Mitchell?
I don't really know. I don't really give a crap about it, right?
Your mic's a bit weird, by the way. I did say
I'm trying to fix it, so just carry on.
Yeah, no worries. I just thought, it's interesting, isn't it? I suppose that raises the question: like, do I have any idea who's doing the transfers at Fulham? No. Do I know who's doing the transfers at Bournemouth? No. I don't know who's doing the transfers at most places, but Spurs, we seem to always have this big hoo-ha. Is it Kamoli? Is it what did we have? We had Mitchell, Hitchin, Kamoli, Arneson, Paratici, Lang. You know, everyone's saying how bad Lang is, but saying how much they love the transfer windows. It's all a bit crazy.
Do you know what it is? I just think for me at the moment, right? I think I just want us to get back to a position where we just get on with it, right? Even when Paul Mitchell was here, like no one really talked about him every 5 minutes, right? It wasn't, oh my God, Paul Mitchell's this. Like we've seemed to grow into this thing about sort of idolizing people that sit in suits, and like there's like this new sort of fanfare of like, oh my gosh, the Don is here. Like I couldn't give a crap. Like I just can we just go back to normal shit? Like I don't know what it is, because it's the same thing with like Ange, right? This sort of fanfare, like some people loved him, some people hated him. There's all this kind of weird kind of like idolizations of people that really don't need to be idolized. Like it's not that big of a, like it's, and by the way, it's not just those two. I'm using those examples. We had it with Pochettino. Like even after he was gone, everyone was clamoring for him to come back. Even still, you've got people clamoring for him to come back. And there's no right or wrong answer to those questions. But like, I never when we lost Harry Redknapp, for example, when every new manager we got went, oh my God, I wish we had Harry back. Like we just got on with it and got onto the new manager, whether we liked him or didn't like him. Does that make sense?
Mate, absolutely. I get it, right? Like when Fergie leaves Man United after, I don't know, 25, 30 years, whatever he was there for, I get it. It's like, oh my God, you're a messiah. You're the man. How are we going to replace? I feel now, though, that a lot of people get idolized without actually doing anything.
That's what
we're seeing it with players. Like let's look at some of the players that were idolized for years at this club and did nothing, like Lo Celso, right? Ndombele, Ryan Sessegnon, like Eric Dyer, Davinson. There were, don't get me wrong, it wasn't all fans, but you'd have that selection of the fans that would go, you know what? 8th year lucky. I think if you get the right manager, Eric Dyer will turn into Maldini. It's madness.
But it's not even the ones that you go haven't been a success. Like I would say Dele Alli's time at Spurs was hot and cold, but even you have fans now going, oh, he's a free agent, I'd love Dele to come back. No. No. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like we do this with everyone though, right? It's really odd. Like I think it all kind of stemmed after it all kind of seemed to happen after with the whole Pochettino stuff. It was almost like because we didn't win anything with that Pochettino team, it was almost like fans have gone in this sort of nostalgia going, maybe we need to come back and bring those players back. Like even for example, and even for the example of the Harry Kane situation, right? And where I kind of get it, and I know Matt Law has said about Harry Kane recently, we'll probably talk about it a bit later, which more or less will probably mean it's not going to happen because that guy's got everything wrong all summer. But
he said Spurs had no. Well, we didn't actually spend that much, but he said we had no money, right?
Yeah, no. But I just think look, and where I do get with Harry Kane, I can kind of get Harry Kane coming back because he's a world-class football player.
Yeah.
All the others. People trying to make, as I said, making cases for Dele Alli to come back. We had people before Lamella retired going, maybe we give him one last chance. What? He did fuck all at Spurs. Apart from a couple of Rabonas, he did nothing.
But it's what we do. It's what we do. It's kind of like don't get me wrong. Like when people are weighing up the pros and cons, let's bring it full circle to Paratici. I think Paratici made some decent signings. He did. He made some good signings. He also made some very, very bad signings. Now, listen, I don't expect any director of football to have 100% hit rate. I genuinely don't. But I genuinely worry at some of the names that we saw come in. I blame this guy very much for Richarlison. I blame this guy for Emerson Royale being at the club. This guy was there when Galini came into this club. This guy's right. We could go through this. Now, people will counter that, and for balance, I will. You can say Romero, right? You can say Bentancur and Kulu. Sure, I get it. But for me, he's not brought in anyone where I go, bloody hell, how did he get that? Or wow, that's a not a great bit of business, but that's you've moved well there. You know, you've beaten other clubs to that signing. So I don't mind if he comes back, fine, right? If he doesn't, fine. I'm cool with it.
Let's be fair. If he comes back, as long the only time you can really be hopeful in the signing is as long as they've had a spell at Juventus. If they've had a spell at Juventus, then you go, they've done all right. Romero, Kulu, Bentancur, for example. But who else did he bring in at the football club that you went, oh my God, amazing? And I know people in the chat will probably go, Pape Sarr. Sarr was a kid when we signed him. Like, that is a hit and hope, right? He could have come good, he could have been crap, right? It's only sort of now we're starting to see a little shoots from it. But who else did he bring in apart from the 3 ex-Juve players that you went, oh yeah, you brought in some top players?
Well, people will use revisionism. So I'll see a lot of people that will say Udogie, who, by the way, Udogie, he seems to be one of those that only needs to have a good game every 6 months and people go, oh God, he's amazing. Like, I don't know. Did you see that post this morning, by the way? I don't know if I sent it to you.
The one that's saying he's the best left back in the league or something like that. Oh, what are we doing suddenly?
Right? And I mean, hang on, I'll tell you, I'll read out the let me find it, right? Let me find it, because this just absolutely cracks me up, right? This cracks me up.
He's the best left back in the league whilst being pushed away from a right back playing in his position. Make that make sense.
Well, this is what it said. Let me see if I can find. Here we go. I don't think I've had that many pictures today. Here we go. So this is what somebody put on, and it was from a group called The Spurs Show. I don't know where that's from.
I know. I think they do a podcast.
Well, I don't want to listen to it because here we go. It says this little crop, right? Mickey van der Ven, it says, one of the best centre-backs in the league, getting better and better, potential to become an exceptional player. You know, when you're like, hang on, for me, I need to see a lot more before I say one of the best in the league, right? Destiny Udogie, when fit, arguably the best left back in the league. But based on what? Like, on what? Bergvall is the most talented teenager in the Premier League. Based on what? A few guys, like, it's mad. Papa Matasar, developing into the best box-to-box midfielder in the league. Like,
this is the why not? This is mental.
Now, there's a bit about Xavi Simons which says proven track record of an exceptional creative talent in the Bundesliga. Now, great, I get that, but Papa Sarr, Bergvall, Udogie, right? 3 of those on any given day, I'm happy for those 3 to not even be in the 11. And we're talking about best in the league in their position. I mean, we do go well overboard, don't we, after a good start on a few wins?
Do you know what's crazy, right? If you sit back and think about it, I think you probably name 4 or 5 left backs better than Udogie easily, right? Like
many left backs.
Like
many.
No, but I mean, Kirkes, that's one.
Hang on, let's go through it. Let's go through it. Let's be fair. Kirkes and Robertson of Liverpool.
Yeah, Kirkes right? And Robertson. I was trying to think. I remember the other ones.
I'm taking Cucurella over him all day long.
Yeah, Cucurella's a dog left back.
Arsenal, I'm taking. I mean, you could argue a case for Timber. I mean, I don't know. Calafiori, is he their left back? Is Skelly? I don't know. But has Udogie done more than those boys? I'm not sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Left back, is he better than Lewis Hall? Lewis Hall had a
Lewis
phenomenal season
Lewis
last
Hall's
year.
a good left back, to be fair. He's a good player.
Robinson at Fulham, is he better than Robinson? Hello?
True.
Is he better than Robinson? I mean,
is he better than Tyreek Mitchell at Palace? I think Tyreek Mitchell's a very good left back, by the way.
The thing is, right, can I tell you that the thing that I want to see with these players before, I'm not going to say how good Udogie is. I need to see a season of consistency. And I know people mock me, Perchy, for always saying the word consistency, but I need to see consistency from all of our players. I am so sick and tired of seeing players have 2 to 3 good games and automatically they're elevated, like Bergvall, the best teenager in the Premier League. Whoa, hang on. If you were going to say who had the better year, Lewis Skelly, who played for Arsenal, who finished second at left back all season and got in the England team, or Bergvall, right? I'm not saying Bergvall's not good, but how do our fans make this leap in 3 or 4 games? It's utterly shameless.
It's the C word, right? It's copium, right? It's easy to do it. Look, listen, the problem is no one wants those sort of hard realities of it. Look, but, by the way, guys, no one in here, like before anyone in the chat thinks, no one in here, I think Udogie's an all right left back. The problem is with me, what annoys me, when I hear things like best in the league, then why do we as creators and why do us as fans go not sure about him defensively? Why if you're the best left back in the league, you shouldn't be getting dropped from Jed Spence. We can't all be sitting there going, Jed Spence is a better left back defensively. Look, I've no issues. I always have no issues with people getting excited and stuff. No issues. But when we just say things to make us feel better, that's when I start going, this is ridiculous. Like when we talk about Mickey van der Ven being the best centre-half in the league, really? Like, I love Van der Ven. I think he's brilliant. But at the moment, he's not better than the pair at Liverpool. He's not better than the pair at Liverpool. I don't think he's better than the pair at Arsenal. I don't think he's he's better than anyone at Man City at the moment in the pairs that Man City play. I think he's a top. I think Mickey van der Ven is a decent centre-half, by the way. But he doesn't get into those teams. Do you agree? Does anyone disagree with that? Like Liverpool, Van der Ven doesn't get in at Liverpool at the moment, no chance. Doesn't get in at Arsenal, doesn't get in at Man City for me. When everyone just says, they're the... No, I just think it's really, really... No, Angus, I think Mosquera's a good defender, but I think Van der Ven's a decent centre-half. Just don't think he's the best in the league.
Angus, you're now doing the thing that we're having to go at Spurs fans for doing. Yeah. You've seen Mosquera play about 3 times in an Arsenal shirt. Look, I remember the days when players had to really, really earn the respect.
Yeah.
Right? And what I want to see, we have a lot of players that tend to have good 10-game patches. I want to see, and this goes for all our players. This goes for Romero. This goes for Simmons. This goes for Kudus. I need to see these guys have seasons where you go, weren't they good all year? Like so far, I'm watching Kudus and I'm going, every game you're turning up, right? I need to see those seasons from players. Problem is, if you dare say anything on the contrary, not a good fan, you're negative. It's like, no, but Papa Sarr has been, let's use him for example. Papa Sarr's been at Tottenham for 4 years. 4. Yep. Right? His first year he was loaned straight back, if I believe, to, was it Metz?
He was at Metz, he went back to Metz. I think we signed him in the Jan. He went back for the last 6 months, didn't he?
Right. Okay, fair enough. So he's gone back to Metz and he's been at Spurs for 3 years. And in none of those 3 years have I ever watched him and gone, oh my God, wow. This year, I think he's had a couple of good games. I think he's also had a couple of games where I don't notice him. But what happens is somebody has a great game. Like when we beat Man City and people go, oh my God, he is brilliant. Bergvall. First half against West Ham, didn't realise he was playing. Second half, against 10 men, he looked great because he was on the ball the whole time. People go, oh, Paul Scholes, this lad. What? Like, what? Where?
It's crazy, isn't it?
Wow. Just,
we do this with everyone, right? We as a fan base, we seem to do it with everyone. And every time you sort of go, okay, put the brakes on it a minute, just give it a moment. Like, let these players. I hate now the next one on everyone's lips, and we'll probably talk about it later. But it's now, was it Barnett? Is it Barnett Williams? Is his name?
Luca Williams Barnett, left wing.
Williams
think
Barnett,
of it like that.
But my point is now he's the next flavour of the month, where everyone is now going on about this kid is now sensational. Great. Let's just let him get there. Let him, because we do this with everyone. It doesn't matter who it is. And as long as you're an academy player, you're now the greatest thing. You're all going to be amazing. I have this with Lubo all the time. I have this argument with Lubo all the time. And I always say to him, I was like, just let's see what happens. Because everyone that sort of goes on about how great these kids are, cool. I'll wait for it to happen, right? Let him get an opportunity. Look, by the way, it'd be nice for him to have an opportunity against Doncaster on the week. Wednesday, we're playing Wednesday. It'd be nice for a kid like him to have an opportunity. Maybe not start him, but get half an hour off the bench if we're already 2 or 3-0 up against him, to get yourself a debut and an opportunity to showcase what you've got. But I think the thing is for me, right, is just we go absolutely overboard. And by the way, I think this kid is good. I watched a bit of his stuff. Like, I hadn't watched some of his stuff, but I watched a little bit of this kid's stuff, and I go, yeah, you can play. You can play. Now, just let him get there.
Mate, that's what I always say. But as I said, we're in an era now where people don't want reasoned conversation. They want boom. So, like, you saw the other day, and I said this, I'll speak to Sean about this tonight, but you saw when Sean and I were having the conversation about Tell in the chat the other day, the instant that he goes to is with Tell, you've written him off. No, it's not about writing him off. Just at the moment, I've seen nothing that makes me go, cool, I'm glad we've signed him. Oh, you're writing him off. Well, if we're going to act like that, does that mean every single player we sign, I've got to say is good? Look, I like players to prove themselves. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I want to see them prove themselves. Prove it over a year, 2 years. It's like when people want to put players in the world-class bracket. God, he had a great year. All right, does that make you world-class because you've had a great year? Doesn't it make you great when you do it year after year, after year, after year, after year? Do you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely, and, you know, there's exceptions to the rule. Like when you've got Yamin Yamal, right?
Oh,
now that is world-class.
That is a world-class generational talent.
Right.
Yeah, he's special.
But I just think that what I'd like to see is the mistakes we made 2 years ago. Do you remember when we were top under Ange after 10 games? And everyone lost their minds. And I get it. It's copium and it's, oh my God, it's, you know, let us dream is the sentence I always hear. If you don't jump on that kind of delusion, you're not a real fan. It's like, can we just say, look, Thomas Frank started well. He's done really well. We started well. Long way to go. A lot of work to do. People are already going, we're a shoo-in for the top 4. Well, I don't see why we can't get third. And you're like, whoa. Because when you start doing that, you're pretending we've got better squads than the likes of City and Chelsea.
Yeah,
mad.
Look, do you know what? I'll kind of agree, so I disagree to what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying. I agree in the sense of people go over the top. I have no issues with people going over the top. Sure, do it. But don't. What I don't like is the opposite. Is if you want to be delusional, own it. That's fine. Be delusional. Like, big up Kane and Jim. I know that Jim's delusional, but he owns it, right? He does, but he doesn't. He doesn't equally go, you're wrong for not being delusional like me. Does that make sense? Like, be delusional. I've got no issues. I have loads of people can sit there and say, we're going to win it all. Great. That's absolutely fine. But don't sit there and tell other people that want to be a little bit more conservative or level-headed as being wrong. Like, because I find that baffling. I have no issues if people want to be. If people want to believe in ponies and rainbows, that's absolutely fine. Go ahead. But equally, don't have a go at other people who go, "Oh, look, I don't see what you're seeing."
Mm. Yeah, look, I as I said, I always use the Bergvall example. I think Bergvall, I've seen games where he's really good. I've seen games where he's not involved, right? That's what it means when you're a young player, right? And that is why I don't automatically go, oh my God. Now, when I watched Pedri and Gavi, right? When I watch those types of players coming through at Barcelona, I go, cool, these boys are special. I don't see that in Bergvall, but what we do is we go, oh my God, did you see he drove forward with a ball? Okay, cool. Well, I also saw him against Brighton have an absolute stinker. Like, so let's let them find their platform. When I say now, just quickly, Perchy, I said on my show this morning, I said, I still think Spurs really need a ball playing number 8, right?
I agree.
And all the comments came back to me was, nah, that's what we've got Bergvall for. And I'm like, but that's not his game. Like, surely if you're all watching Bergvall, no one's watching him sit deep and dictate play. You're watching him pick up the ball and drive with it. And it's just, I just don't understand how people don't understand that. Like, it's all crazy for me. Too much.
I agree. I think, by the way, once we sorted out our left wing and striker issue, the next big situation is go and get a proper midfielder. One where I go, you're gonna dictate the game for us. But for me, like when it comes to Bergvall, I think the beauty of Brighton, but good to get your point is at least and it'll be good. Hopefully the manager has seen that, right? That Bergvall can't be playing as your 10. No, he can't play in the 10. It doesn't work, right? Yeah, Mark. Yeah. I'd love a Michael Carrick in this team would be brilliant right now. That player, right? But do you know what I mean? I think as long as if the manager comes back and goes, do you know what? I've tried him in the 10, doesn't work for me. Doesn't work at all. He can't play in the 10.
Yeah, but it's like this. Like people say this now. If you actually listen, why didn't Bergvall go to Barcelona? Have you seen what was said?
Yeah, he made the point in that. He said, didn't he? He basically said that they wanted me to play in La Masia and in the academy.
They weren't going to give him minutes.
Yeah. And he did say, and in fairness to him, he said the competition at Barcelona was insane. And we decided to go to Tottenham because there was a much better opportunity to play more first team football. He said that, didn't he?
But this is the problem, right? And again, it depends how well people know the Spanish league. If you watch Barcelona, in that midfield area, they've got players like Dani Olmo, who's, by the way, not even guaranteed a game. They've got Olmo, Gavi, Pedri, De Jong. They've got Casado, Fermin Lopez, right? You've got loads and loads. Fernandez plays in there as well. They've got like 3 or 4 from the youth team. Right? Yeah. They've got 3 or 4 senior pros. And people go, yeah, but Barca really wanted him. Right? But I'll tell you what, if he was at Barcelona right now, he's not getting in that Barcelona team. He's not better than the midfielders they've got. So I just think people need to, I think everyone needs to just calm down a little bit about players. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Here's one for it, right? And did you see the links today or yesterday when it was talking of central midfielders? If it's true, I'm all about it. Ruben Neves to Tottenham potentially in January.
Yeah.
Now that
player who puts his foot on the ball.
That's a football player I'd have any day of the week. He's just a proper football player, right?
Mate, completely agree with you. At the end of the day, look, by the way, and when I say this, people think that it means I don't like Bergvall. I do like Bergvall. I just think he needs a year to find out what is he. I think he needs a year to find out what is his actual game. What's his actual position? Not, oh my God, every time he has a good game, we go, oh God, he is amazing. And I just feel like it's all a bit much sometimes. Not just him.
I put Bergvall and Sarr in the same bracket, right? They're good for certain games, right? There's some games where I go, you need Bergvall and Saab in that game because they will move with the ball more. They will be good on the sort of transition. But for me, games like when we're trying to unlock a team, they're not really those players because they don't have the passing range at the moment yet. And Bergvall might get there. Bergvall might, in time, get that level of passing range. But right now, he hasn't got it. You noticed immediately, and we'll talk a bit about the game and stuff, but you noticed the second Xavi Simons came on the ball, you went, "Now you're a boy that can pass the ball. The level is different."
But people don't understand this notion. It's like when they say, "Oh, he'll get that passing into his game," maybe, but maybe not. For some people, it's not their game. And when I mean passing, I mean a guy like watch Locatelli play football. Right? Good football. At any time, Locatelli wants the ball. He's in that 20-yard area outside of the Juventus back four. Give me the ball. It doesn't matter if it's this side, that side. Give me the ball. I'll know the next pass. And you know what? As soon as I've passed it, I'll move in space to get it again. Right? Players like Modric, players like Carrick, Declan Rice is very good at it. Players like Rodri, right? We could go on and on and on and on. That doesn't mean that everyone who's a midfielder is going to have that skill set.
Yes. I think the key bit, I think the one that the real litmus test for me is how good a football player is when they're under pressure in the close quarters, right? When a player is in a midfield under close quarters and they can still find that pass. For me, when Bergvall is under those close quarters, naturally either loses possession or makes a misplaced pass. That for me is the game where we need to see him improve. By the way, he's young and he can grow into that player. But right now we have to judge it on what we're seeing before we start just going, "Oh, he's amazing." Well, yeah, he's a good player. He's got a lot to work on though for me.
And the thing is, there's nothing wrong with saying that. There's nothing wrong with that. But you've known me for years. For me to put a player on a pedestal, I need to be 100% convinced, and I need to see a lot. But
yes,
this all comes back to that original post that we read out with Dogi's the best left back, Van der Ven's the best centre back, Bergvall's the best teenager, Papasar's the best box to box midfielder. So by this guy's metric, Spurs have the two best midfielders in the league in terms of box to box and number 8 in Bergvall and Sarr, right? Our centre half is the best and our left back is the best. So why aren't we winning league titles? When you talk like this about these players, why aren't we winning league titles?
Exactly. It's silly, right? It's really silly.
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy. By the way, just to keep people updated, I don't know if anyone cares about this, but the Ballon d'Or has now just gone to the last 10. I'll read out to you 30 through to 11 because they're about to get to the 10. So in reverse order, so from 30 down, 30 is Elise, 29th was Florian Wirtz, Virgil van Dijk in 28th, Declan Rice in 27th, 26th is Erling Haaland, 25th is Dumfries, 24th was Fabian Ruiz, Bellingham in 23rd, Alexis McAllister in 22nd, and Serhou Guirassy in 21st. Lautaro Martinez in 20th. Yao Neves 19th. Scott McTominay in 18th. What a year he had. Lewandowski in 17th. Vinicius Jr. in 16th. Gyökeres in 15th. Desiree Doué in 14th. Harry Kane in 13th. Kvaratskhelia in 12th and Pedri in 11th. So they're about to get to the last 10. Now, if I'm not wrong, I believe that the last 10 are between, bear with me, Dembele, Yamal, Rafinha, Vitinha, Hakimi, Cole Palmer, Mbappe, Mendes, Salah, and Donnarumma. So they're the 10. I'm just trying to see how many of them were in the Premier League last year. So two of the top 10 from the Premier League. But it's the best league in the world with all the best players.
Best league in the world, and there's 2 in the top 10. Yeah.
Hashtag saying. Hashtag just saying.
I tell you what. Before you go on, player number 21 was a player that I was so hoping we would sign, and we didn't, for about 15 million quid, and we ended up with Dominic Solanke. Just remember that one. So Sergio Guirassy, it had when a player has no brainer written all over it, and we didn't, and he went to Dortmund. Like it just seek of what a football player. And fair play to him, by the way, because he was 28, he's 28, 29. So fair play to him.
Mm. Yeah. Look, I think it's interesting. Look, Ballon d'Or. Some people put. It's funny when fans. When their player doesn't do well, they all go, "Oh, the Ballon d'Or's fixed anyway." But if their player wins it or finishes high up, they go, "There you go, he's in there." Listen, who are you going for? Let us know in the chat right now who's winning the Ballon d'Or. By the way, the 3 favourites for the Ballon d'Or are Yamal, Rafinha, and Dembele, who is the favourites. Who are you going for? You don't have to say one of them. Who do you think's gonna win it? Let me know in the chat.
I think Dembele wins it, but I would say Yamal should win it. I think Yamal, as a football player, is the best footballer at the moment in the world. Right now.
I don't disagree. I
think Yamal right now as a football player, for me, my Rodri, I think, as a complete footballer, but Yamal for me is that generational football player that he's the one that moves the mantle to Messi. Like he will take over that Messi mantle at Barcelona when he left. But he's special.
Oh, I don't think there are not many that I say are special, and Yamal is. Look, Dembele, the reason I think he will win it is because his team won the league and the Champions League, right? I think because he won the Champions League. If I was giving it, I would give it definitely to I would definitely give it to Yamal. That boy will win it a number of times in his career. I've got no doubt about that.
He's a young one as well, I've heard. Yamal's in both, isn't he?
Oh, is he? I don't know. Is that tonight as well?
Young player one as well, and the main one.
Is that tonight?
Yeah, they do it. They do it one before the other, I'm sure.
Ah, there we go. I didn't know that. Okay. So listen, I mean, look, he could do a double, but I think he'll finish. I reckon it goes Dembele, Yamal, Rafinha. And by the way, Rafinha, a player that Spurs fans, do you remember the majority didn't want?
Don't
and
want
he's now going to finish probably in the top 3 players in the world. We've got a funny fan base.
Didn't everyone our fan base call him a pace merchant at least?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a pace merchant. Yeah, he's an absolute quality. Bear in mind, credit to Leeds getting a hold of him when they were in the Prem at the time. Like that, a good football. Because if I'm right in saying they got him from, I want to say Rennes, French side. Is that where they got him from?
There's a great question. Yeah, I'm not 100%
sure. They got him from, I want to say it was Rennes. If someone in the chat can Google it, my football knowledge is not too bad. I think that's right.
Yeah. So Angus is going with Yamal. Paul saying how is Palmer in front of Kane? Well, I think some of it will go down to winning stuff, right? Then again, I don't know. Look, Harry Kane, I've always said this. Harry Kane will never be anywhere near winning a Ballon d'Or until he starts turning up. This is an uncomfortable conversation, by the way. If you are soft, if you are easily offended, what I'm about to say is going to piss you off. Until he starts turning up in the biggest games, Perchy, he will not be anywhere near the Ballon d'Or. That's a reality for him. You know,
let's be fair with it, right? Harry Kane is a world-class goal scorer, but you're right. When it matters, he isn't there. And here's the argument, right? When Spain won the Euros, who was the one that stepped up in that game? Lamine Yamal, right? And it's a horrible. People don't like it because he's a Tottenham player, right? I tell you what, if Harry Kane was an Arsenal player, we would never be going, this guy.
Yeah.
All he does is score goals, right? For me, Harry Kane has to do it on the big stage. Here's the one. If Harry Kane wins the Bundesliga and Champions League this season for Bayern Munich, then the conversation, and wins the Pokal, for example, then the conversation's there. Or leads England to winning the World Cup. Is the World Cup next? Is it the World Cup this year? Next year's in next year, so yeah.
The World Cup, this at the end of this season. Yeah.
So my point is, if Harry Kane can lead, Kane leads England to win a World Cup, then the conversation's there, right?
Paul, look, mate, I'm not going to sit out here and champion Cole Palmer. I don't think either of them should be anywhere near a Ballon d'Or. What I would say for Palmer is he led his team to win a European competition. He led Chelsea to win the Club Cup. Listen, I'm not going to die on a hill. I think Kane's better than Palmer, but it is what it is, right? I don't know who votes. I don't know how they're voting. I don't know what's going on. But look, I think it's very interesting, though. As I said, that there's 3 players in that list that now play in the Premier League, by the way, but only 2 that were playing in the Premier League last year, which is Mo Salah and Cole Palmer. It says a lot for me, right? It says a lot for me because we hear all the time how the Premier League's the greatest, but year after year, all the Ballon d'Or contenders and top 10 are made up of so many outside of the Premier League. But hey, it is what it is, right? It is what it is.
Yeah, sure. No, you're right.
Yeah, listen, Joseph, by the way, I wasn't having a go at him. I just think that, for example, this year, I mean, Bayern Munich have started the season on fire, by the way. They are sweeping everyone aside. Harry Kane is banging in goals for fun. What Harry Kane needs to do is, if Bayern get to a semi of a Champions League, for example, be the guy that grabs the hat-trick in the semi-final and takes your team to the final. And this has been my criticism of Harry Kane in his entire career. Do I think he's world-class? Yes. Do I think he's one of the greatest goal scorers around? Yes. Right? But does he need to do it big time in a big gap? Yes, he absolutely does. And for England, for Spurs, for Bayern, he hasn't done that. And listen, that's just a fact, isn't it? It's a fact.
Yeah, I think it's the hard realities, right? Thing is it's always easy. No, it's easy to go and bag in a hat trick against whoever they like in the league, and when it in a way it doesn't matter. Oh, that's all. What? Why
would Doué be close to winning the Ballon d'Or, though? He had a good year, but he was nowhere near his 2 teammates, was he, in terms of Dembele and who's the other one? Dembele and Vitinha. And I mean, the problem is, this is what I mean. Philly, you've had a couple of stinkers today. This is what I mean, right? If it's a player we love that doesn't get anywhere near it, it's fixed. It's not right. If it's a player we like, we go, yeah, that's right. That's good. I really like it. But yeah, I agree. Ellie, again, that's what I'm saying. It's so difficult, right? They're completely different footballers. What I do think, though, is Cole Palmer, for me, I think if Cole Palmer was going to go on the open market, I do think that man could get a very, very good move somewhere. Yeah. But listen, winning the Ballon d'Or, you've got to be the best of the best, right? You've got to be the best of the best. And I don't think Harry Kane's ever been the best of the best. Sorry. I know.
I think the hard part for Harry Kane, right? I think the hard reality is he's not what I would say the sexy player, and it doesn't always work in his favour. Like, he can score loads of goals, but people go, okay, cool, yeah. Like, whereas you look at Yamal, Dembele, these are players that get you off your seat. Like, I'm not saying Harry Kane doesn't, but these are players that get you off your seat and start doing magic, right? Gareth Bale's, for me, were like, there's a reason why Gareth Bale got that massive move to Real Madrid at the time, because he gets you off your seat. I just think that Harry Kane is a world-class goal scorer and a world-class football player, but he doesn't. There's probably a reason why he doesn't go high in these lists, because he's not one of those sexy football players in a sense.
Possibly. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, and again, there's a lot to say for this. It's my face saying Kane was the best striker in the world in his first Bayern season. Problem was they didn't win anything. Yeah, listen, I'm not going to disagree with you, but when we say best striker in the world, it's always up for interpretation, isn't it? It's always up for interpretation. Like for me, I think right now Erling Haaland is the best striker in the world. It doesn't mean I don't think Kane's great. But it's the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? It's always going to be about what you prefer. The difference is for me is I don't think I get all googly-eyed over Kane because he's an ex-Spurs player. I think a lot of people really do, don't they? It's like, oh my God, Kane. Like, look at Lubo. Like when you go, Lubo, which striker do you want to buy in the world? You can't get any name other than Kane. And you're like, yeah, but what about, but Kane. It's like, oh, we are funny.
We are.
Conjecture, Phil. You don't know, right? You. It's easy to say, probably, but you don't know because if he was at Real Madrid, would he be the best player at Real Madrid? There's the question you got to ask yourself, Phil. I don't think Harry Kane, if he goes to a Real Madrid, is the best player there. I think he's the goal scorer, but. Is that how? I mean, who votes for the Ballon d'Or? Who is it that votes for the Ballon d'Or?
It's the journalists, isn't it? It's like it's all the journos that I can't remember who it is. It's basically it's done by a French newspaper, isn't it? L'Equipe, or whatever it's called. But look, here's the question, right? If Kane played at Real Madrid, he'd win it. There's a reason why Real Madrid didn't go for a Harry Kane, right? No,
who did they go for instead of a Harry Kane? Mbappe.
Yeah, Mbappe. Right. Yeah, I was trying to think who they got.
Why did they go for Mbappe? For everything that Perchy just said. Because Mbappe will get you as many goals, but he is, I'm not saying this from my opinion, in the world opinion, he's that sexy pin-up boy.
Yeah.
Isn't he? He's the go-to guy. He's the, I'm going to weave through 5 players. I'm pacey and I'm not saying it's right, but that's probably why midfielders and defenders will always win less Ballon d'Ors than the forwards, right? And that's football.
That's the key bit, isn't it? Right? That's the key bit. Is Mbappe's your poster boy? Mbappe's the one that you is the Phil. Phil. You put it in. Kane isn't a Galactico, right? That's the key bit, right?
Agreed.
He's not a Galactico. So that's why it's easy to go, oh, if Kane played at Real Madrid, he would, but he isn't playing at Real Madrid, right? Only the best of the best go to Real Madrid. Unfortunately, it's hard truths, right?
No, absolutely. Look, I just I saw a comment from Philly, which is quite interesting. He said, Doué scored 2 goals in the high pressure environment of the final, leading the PSG. Sure, but the Ballon d'Or isn't decided over one game. And when you look, let's have a look, right? Let's have a look at what Dembele did last year for PSG compared to Doué, right? And this is the difference. This isn't about who is the better player overall. It's about who was the better player for that year. And if you look at Ousmane Dembele, who I would never have thought would be talking about the Ballon d'Or, right? Last year, he got 28 goal contributions in 29 games in the league, right? In the Cups last year, he got 5 goal contributions in 5 games. So now at the moment, he's 1 for 1, right? Yeah. In the Champions League, I mean, these are insane numbers in the Champions League. He got 14 goal contributions in 15 games. Then at the FIFA World Club Cup, he scored 3 in 4, right? These are big numbers. Like these are, when you start getting to the 1 in 1 numbers, right? These are big numbers. Now, when you look at Doué, don't get me wrong, Doué did well last year, but this is the guy that Phil wants to win the Ballon d'Or, right? Right? How many goal contributions do you think Doué got last year? And by the way, Doué's young, which is why I think just take time with him.
Doué, how many did he play? I can't remember.
He had 31 games for PSG in the league.
I think he got probably 15, 16.
Okay. He got 12, right?
Okay, yeah.
So, okay.
They're not Ballon d'Or winning stats, are they?
That's not. Now, in Europe, he got 10 goal contributions in 16, which is good. But look at those numbers and compare them to Dembele's. I'm not sure you can have the argument that, he definitely should be in contention over. By the way, if you ask me if I think Dembele is one of the best 15, 20 players in the world, I'd say no. On overall.
No, I don't.
But
I think he had a very, very good year, hasn't he?
Right. There you go, Ellie. There you go. Each to their own. But I think, what's Dembele's stats this season? I don't know. It's a good question.
Do you remember when Spurs fans said they didn't want Dembele because of his injury record? Do you remember that one? We had that when we had those reports that we were interested to get a hold of him, and Spurs fans go, "No, I don't want him. He gets injured." I want to say it was like 2 or 3 years ago.
Mm.
And everyone's going, "No, I don't want him." I was like, "Really? This kid's a good player."
By the way, can I just say, Doué, I think is quality. By the way, he's a quality player. But I feel like people are too emotional about it. And as I said, I don't have a dog in this fight. There's no Spurs players there. Whoever wins the Ballon d'Or tonight does not affect me in any way, shape, or form. But what I do is try to take a step back from emotions of who my favourite is. Like, I remember whenever Messi would win the Ballon d'Or, someone would go, "Oh, I think so-and-so was better this year." And you're like, well, so-and-so was good. But Lionel Messi's Lionel Messi. Like, however good they weren't as good as Messi or Ronaldo. But people get caught up in emotions and,
Tell you what, though, just thought about this. We talk about, it's a side trap, but why not? It kind of covers what we're talking about. We talk about academies and players that get brought through. No one talks about Rennes. We know we were just talking about it just now, where look who Rennes brought through: Rafinha, Doué, Dembele. Now they brought through Calamundo. Like, genuinely, I think people don't. When we always talk about all these big academies that improve players, look how many players have come through Rennes and have become real top football players. I only just thought about it then because Doué came through Rennes, Dembele came through Rennes, Rafinha came through Rennes.
Yeah,
like it's quite mad actually. I'd like if anyone in the chat wants to go and have a look and see if there's any other players that I've not thought of there. But I bet you there's a load more that we don't think about.
Yeah. Earl Hickey's saying it's called PR, Savva. It's what separates Declan Rice from Jordan Henderson. Shall I tell you what separates Declan Rice from Jordan Henderson? One's a much better footballer than the other. Declan Rice is a much better footballer than Jordan Henderson. Now, Jordan Henderson is a consummate pro. Let's not... Jordan Henderson was a superb captain, a superb leader, a good pro. Am I wrong? Declan Rice is levels above Jordan Henderson, isn't he, as a footballer?
Oh, this has to be one of those that you've just... I'm adamant this is the biased Tottenham fan. I'm calling you a biased Tottenham fan because Declan Rice plays for Arsenal. That's the only reason. Yes, Doku. Good shout. Loads of wingers that have come through Rennes. Great shout. You're a biased Tottenham fan, my man. Big up. By the way, Jordan Henderson, super pro.
Let's have a look at this. Come on, Savva, it's rigged. Okay, explain to me then, if Dembele wins the Ballon d'Or tonight, what's rigged about it and why? Like, what possible motive is there for FIFA? Is it FIFA Ballon d'Or, right?
No, it's done by the French like newspaper thing.
Right, so we're going to say it's rigged because he's French. Is that what we're saying?
But let's be fair, right? If this guy clearly not, if Bukayo Saka was number one and scheduled to, you wouldn't call it rigged, would you? Let's be fair. Just saying it how it is. If it.
Yeah, I honestly find it hilarious. Angus, big question, said, "Who's the best player to never win the Ballon d'Or?" Oh, there's going to be loads. There's got to be loads, isn't there? Because the problem you've got, Angus, is that for about 15 years, Ronaldo and Messi didn't let anyone else win it. So who's the best player to never win it? Great question, that.
Great question. I think that, do you know what? I think you should save this for tomorrow on your charity stream. I think this is a charity stream comment and question. So Angus, I think you should post it in tomorrow in the charity stream. I think that's a great question. That'll get some people thinking.
Yeah, that's mad. I'm just having a little look who's won it lately. So so this is the winner. So I mean, yeah, it's really difficult because from last year, from Rodri winning it, right the way back to 2008, the only people that have won the Ballon d'Or since 2008, which is 17 years ago, are Messi, Ronaldo, Modric got one, Benzema got one, right, and Rodri's got one. So it's really difficult. And then you go back before, and it was different every year, but that shows you the levels of Messi and Ronaldo. That before, here you go. Look, I'll show you. We can bring it up again tomorrow. It's not a problem. I'll show you this. Look, it's quite small. I'm not sure if everyone can see that. Hang on, that's tiny, isn't it?
Get that zoomed in.
Right. So if you see there, so from 2008 when Ronaldo won it, right, it was Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldo, Messi, Ronaldo, Modric, Messi, not awarded, Messi, Benzema, Messi, Rodri, right? Before that, if you go back, look at all these different winners in a row. Kaká, Cannavaro, Ronaldinho, Shevchenko, Nedved, Ronaldo, Owen, Figo, Rivaldo, Zidane. It's just completely different every year for about a decade. Yeah. And then those two went, it's our time now. It's our time. We're taking over.
Though, 2006, it takes a top football player as a centre-half to win Ballon d'Or, right? Cannavaro winning it. Like, because it is always normally given to the attacking players because they're the flair players. It takes a Cannavaro. What a centre-half, by the way. What a football player.
Oh, yeah, cast. But as you said, if you actually look down that list, right, if we all look down that list, other than Cannavaro, so you've got Rodri as a DM, and then you've got forwards, or Modric as a midfielder, so that's two midfielders. Forwards all the way, forward. Defender, forward. Sama was he played at the back, or DM, or forward. Mateus was a sweeper almost.
Yeah.
Forward. Hullet played in midfield. Forward, Platini played. But do you get my drift? Like most of the people that win this tend to be centre forwards or playmakers that really do make the difference, right? So,
here's one that didn't win it. Could you say Xavi or Iniesta?
He's so up. You're so Arsenal centric. It is unreal. Like so. Like, did Henry ever win it? Did I see his name?
No, Henry never won it.
Well, there you go. So Henry would have to be a great shout for one of the best players to never win.
Iniesta? Do they get in that conversation?
Iniesta. There you go.
They never won it. They were some of the best midfielders I've ever seen watching play football. I just think, look, it is weird. It is a bit of a vanity, and the attacking players normally do go and win it, right? As I said, you have to do something ridiculous to win it as a centre half, right?
Yeah, you're right, Phil. You're absolutely right. Modric did do well to win it when Ronaldo and Messi were around, and again, that shows how good he was. Griezmann came third. Griezmann's had some great years. Griezmann, Thierry Henry, Totti. Yeah, see, I always thought Totti was quality, but I never thought he was the best of the best. Totti was a quality footballer.
Yeah.
Never did I look at him and think you should be winning a Ballon d'Or.
Yeah, look, Totti's one of those where, by the way, credit to him, he's a one club man, right? He didn't move after. He did stay. He literally retired at Roma, right? He didn't go on elsewhere. He didn't do one of those where he went to like the MLS for 12 months. Saying, no, I'm sure he didn't. But Zizou won it.
Zizou won
Totti
it.
was one of those. Roma were never that team though that won everything. So you could really See,
he was almost too loyal. He was almost too loyal to, if he had got a move to a Madrid or a Barca, and who knows, but you never know, do you? But yeah, it's interesting at the moment. I'm just waiting to see who else comes out of there. But listen, there's a lot of good players. For me, I'll be honest, Angus, I've never thought Neymar was good enough to win it. I think Neymar's good. No, that's harsh. I think Neymar's quality, but for me, he left Barca because he wasn't the main man, right? If you're not the main man at your club, you can't be the main man in the world. Yes. You can't, can you? If you're not the main man, right? So he didn't win it there. Then he goes to PSG, which I think when he went to PSG at that age, it was kind of like, oh, mate, you could have gone anywhere in the world. You went to PSG, and lots of, at that time, PSG weren't winning Champions Leagues and stuff.
And then went to Saudi, right? So it kind of just became, and then he went there, and you kind of just went, okay, you're not really, you're there for one reason, right? He hardly played, by the way. I mean, someone did the stats. He made something like 90 million or something ridiculous per game because he played so little in Saudi. He was there for like 2 years and barely played. It was nuts.
Yeah, by the way, no, Rivaldo and Romario did not win it. Class. When players like that are not winning it, Baresi. Did Baresi ever win it?
I don't think so. You can do we can check it on your screen.
No. Baresi never won it. Platini won it 3 years in a row. That tells you how good he was. Yeah, Kevin Keegan won it twice. No, George Best obviously won it. Eusebio, Dennis Law. No Baresi. But it's crazy, isn't it? Because Baresi was the greatest defender that ever lived, in my opinion. But hey, it goes to show. Henry won that hand on ball. Yeah, Henry. Listen, I mean, look, Henry was sublime. I mean, but who won it? What year did Angus say he should have won it?
2003. He said 2003 and 2004. He said they should have won it.
So Nedved and Shevchenko in those 2 years. Nedved and Shevchenko. I mean, we're talking some top. Isn't it funny that Angus all he does is talk about Arsenal footballers? Oh my God!
I can't wait because it'll be Saka soon, won't it? We're just waiting. Saka should have won it in 2026 or something stupid.
Sorry, Rivaldo did win it in '99. Sorry, you know what I was looking for when I was looking down the list? I was looking for Romario and Bebeto. Sorry, yeah. Look, it's each to their own right, but I always find it funny. Every year you have the people going fixed. It's fixed. Whoever wins it, it's fixed. And I look at it and go, well, any of the years that Lionel Messi won it, why was it fixed? I mean, he was Lionel Messi. Any of the years Ronaldo won it, he was Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? Like, put it this way.
Let's be fair, there was no one on their level at all in their era, right? No one. You're on their level, and then everyone else was working below that.
People had to have their greatest ever year to get anywhere near Messi and Ronaldo's worst years. That's how you know how good you were. Messi would have years where he only got 60 goals in all competitions, and people would go, "Oh, he's not been great this year." Like what? He's got like 60 goals in a calendar year. But you know, Messi. It's Marco van Basten won a few, if I'm not wrong. Van Basten won it in 92, 89, and 88. So Marco van Basten won this 3 times playing for AC Milan. Baggio's got one. Hristo Stoichkov, George Weah, Igor Belanov. I don't know who that is. There's a new name that I've learned today.
Igor Belanov. Interesting. I've not heard that one.
Igor Belanov. But yeah, listen, there's some top players down there. And it just shows the domination that we've had in football. And though the problem was, I don't think it was 100. I think, didn't Messi have that year where he scored 92? Hang on, let's find out. Let's ask. What's the most goals Lionel Messi scored in a calendar year? Yeah, Lionel Messi scored a record-breaking 91 goals in the 2012 calendar year. 91. 91. Let's just check the Ballon d'Or, make sure he won it. Guess what? He won the Ballon d'Or that year, yeah. 91. You think, right? If a player gets 20 goals in the year now, we go, cool, good player.
Oh, don't. It's absolutely incredible. I wanted to do a little check. 1 second, like hold your horse, because we talk about football players now, right? And we talk about how if Richarlison has. I don't think Richarlison's ever scored 90 goals. I'm just working it out, right? Richarlison's been playing football since 2015, so that's 10 years, right? He scored 9, 13.
Hang on, I can just bring up the full details if you want.
Oh, yeah, go on then.
That would be a lot easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah, go on, do it that way.
Richarlison, I'll tell you what, Richarlison's career, he has got, come on, Wikipedia, there we go. Okay, so Richarlison in his career has got 109 goals.
Over 10 years.
109 goals. And by the way, 19 of them were in Brazil. So 9 of those were in Serie B in Brazil.
Yeah.
And wow. So look,
crazy
levels, right? By the way, this is a great shout. Maradona.
Wow. Yes.
Maradona didn't win a Ballon d'Or. Now, I've got a feeling there was something to this. Like I've got a feeling there was something as to why he couldn't win it or didn't win it. I might be completely making this up, but hey, it goes to show where all these people who say it's fixed. I mean, I'm looking at the winners for the last 20 years, and is there anyone? I know there was that year Lewandowski was amazing that everyone said he should have won, and then people got annoyed the year Messi won it when Argentina won the World Cup, and it was like, well, this man just single-handedly won the World Cup for his country at the age of 34, 35. Like, so I'm not really sure. But listen, lots of players. All I can tell you is there's no Spurs player on that list. I can assure you there's no Spurs player.
I saw our mate Phil Coys say that did Tell win it. Now he won the Ballon d'Or.
Oh God, he's so bad. You know when you think at some point the penny would drop? We're nearly a year in with this guy and his deluded Matisse.
Oh no.
You would think at some point the penny would drop and he'd go, oh God, you know what? I might have actually got this one wrong. But just remember, Phil didn't want a new left winger. He wanted Tell. Always remember that.
But Hills have got to die on.
I think that people like Phil and Lubo have so many bad opinions that they're running out of hills in the world to go and sit on. Right? So many bad opinions. Of course, listen, Harry Kane, we know this year will probably get 55 odd goals, but the Ballon d'Or will happen. If Bayern Munich win the Champions League and the Bundesliga, and this guy continues scoring at this rate, Harry Kane might win the Ballon d'Or. Problem is,
wins England if England wins the World Cup as well, like you win all of them in one go, he will win it, right? That's how it works. It's how it works.
Jason, not that I can see. I can't remember.
Wait. Are we counting that as Spurs players as a Spurs player? No, but you could say Modric was a Spurs player and won it. I don't know.
Yeah, Modric is as close as we're getting. And by the way, Blackpool do feature on this list. In 1956, Sir Stanley Matthews won the Ballon d'Or playing for Blackpool, and I believe he was 41 years of age. That's
when you read about you're never near that age, but when you read about what Stanley Matthews was, like there was loads of stuff about him. Mad football player, how good he was. Like when you read about how good he was.
Yeah. Is this true? Only European players could win the Ballon d'Or until 95. Wow.
Wait, really? Wait, I'm sure there was non-Europeans on that list. No, Pele won it, right?
No.
Didn't he?
No. No. Wow, that's I like that. Good bit of knowledge. That most goals in a calendar year: Messi 91, Gert Muller 85, Pele 75, Pele 72, Zico 72, Lionel Messi. True. Look, we could be here all day talking about the greatest of all time. Everyone knows my feeling. I don't even think it's close. I know people go mad at me at that. I don't think it's close. And I agree, Gary. I don't think we will ever see anyone get 91 in a calendar year again. That's an insane amount of numbers. Insane.
Look, potentially, because there's so much football now that there is a potential it could happen, right? Do you know what I mean? Like if say, let's use Haaland as the example. If anyone's going to do it in recent era now, it'll be Haaland, right? If they play in like the Club World Cup and like, they would, but I can't remember, was that one with the 91 goals was just for Barcelona, wasn't it?
The club and country.
Yeah. But my point is there's a lot of football now that it could happen if someone like Haaland just goes ridiculous. But I don't think it'll ever get touched, though, in my opinion. Because there's so much more football now, is my point.
Yeah. So I've just, yeah, there's something. Yeah, you're right. Listen, I mean, if we see it again, though, I'll tell you what, whoever gets it is going to have to go some. They're going to have to be special.
Oh yeah.
And I've said this before. I think the drop-off in world football since Messi and Ronaldo stopped being over here in Europe, I think the drop-off went boom. Like, you know, when people would go, oh, this player and this player will take their crown. Not for me. There's no one I watch now. I know Yamal's young and will probably get there, but there's no one I watch now and they do it for me like Messi did. No one.
No, I think Yamal's the only one which I go, you're the one I've got hope that will get to that level. Like Yamal's the only one I go, you could get there. He's not there now, but he could get there, right? Like you just feel that there's that player. What's this? What?
Why are you bothered about? In 1967, the Ballon d'Or was won by Florian Albert from Ferencváros in Hungary. There you go.
We beat them in the Europa League run. We must be a big team.
Yeah, we're a massive team.
We're massive.
There you go. So George Weah, so in 95, George Weah. Okay, all right, cool. Well, we've all learned something new tonight, haven't we?
This is what this podcast is all about.
Exactly. Here we go. So the joke said from 56 to 94, the Ballon d'Or was awarded exclusively to European players, a period when the award was often referred to as the European Footballer of the Year. Yeah, so that skews it a little bit. Yes, indeed, Ronaldinho did win it. I loved Ronald. Oh, my God. This man completed football by about the age of 25, then had about 5 wives, 900 kids, and just partied his way through life. What a ledge. What a legend this man was.
Guy. What a man.
Sean Butler is currently singing Harry Kane to Purple Rain on his live stream.
I love it. Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. Right. He was given some sort of honorary one, was he? Okay, that makes sense. And I'm guessing that makes sense why Pele never got it as well. Marseille 1-0 up versus PSG, are they? Let's have a look. I didn't even.
Yes. Do you know who scored?
Let's have a look. Marseille. Aguerd.
West Ham's ex-West Ham centre-half scored.
Aguerd scored the goal. Okay, interesting times for Aguerd. Look, anyway, a lot of conjecture about Ballon d'Or and stuff like that. All I know is that if you get a player in there, you've probably done something quite well the season before. And at the moment, we're not there. Yes, you're right. Messi was the closest player to becoming Brian Hill. Do you remember when we signed him? And how many lost their minds?
Didn't we, like a few years ago, like we went through the comments on the post or something, and it was like generational. We've just signed this generational talent. Like, oh man, it's so funny. It's funny, isn't it? Because
this is the thing. the internet doesn't forget. So if I go back on my channel and type in any player's name, now obviously it's hard work because there's millions of comments, probably thousands, but you know what I mean, right? You can see what anyone said. So when people start going, never rated him, and you find a post from them a year ago going, this lad, loved him. I remember the Brian Hill signing. Oh my God, this player's great. And I remember saying he's technically very good, but I'm not sure where he's going to play, what he's going to do. And people lost their minds.
Yeah, he fell into the bracket, Brian Hill, of a player that I thought technically looked really good. But again, it was one of those where he got dropped into a team with no plan. Like, it was, okay, you're going to play left wing, or you're going to play left wing back, or you're going to play... And then it was, he came in for Nuno, and then we had Conte, and it just didn't work at all because there was no plan for the kid. And he's the player, right? When we all talk about how great Paratici was, he was the one that Paratici signed, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was on Paratici side. So I think he hadn't. I felt sorry. I actually genuinely felt sorry for Brian Hill because I thought there was a player. There's a player there, not at Tottenham's level, but a player that just didn't have. There was no plan for the kid.
I've just put a bet on.
Oh, okay.
I've put PSG to win. I'm sorry. To get the odds up, I've put they floated out to 3-1. I've gone with Millwall. Millwall to beat Watford, Napoli to beat Pisa, and Sporting Lisbon to win tonight in. Hang on, who are they playing? Sporting Lisbon to beat Morenese in Portugal. So first and foremost, I need PSG. Is it on the telly box?
On the telly box, all right.
Is it on the telly box?
On telly box.
Why can't I find any live games anywhere anymore?
Napoli's on telly on TNT.
Yeah,
Napoli's on TNT. Millwall will be on. I think the French football's on TNT as well. I could be right.
Is Millwall going to be on tonight?
Millwall should be on TV. Millwall.
But none of it means anything unless PSG come back. I'll tell you what I can do though on the Bet365 app is I can open it up, can't I? There we go. So I've got it on the old telly box, on the old app. Let's get back to Tottenham. God, we've had a whole hour where we strayed from Tottenham, and I know some people lose their mind.
Yeah.
Don't they? This is Spurs. You stopped talking about Tottenham for 60 minutes. I like that Phil tries to banter me with that. The difference is, Phil, is you actually rate Tell. That's the difference here. As much as you try and banter me, I'm the one that said Brian Hill should never be at Spurs. Technically, he's a tidy footballer, isn't he? Yeah. Good touch, good control, good movement. Not right for what we need. He's right for where he is. You actually wanted Spurs to spend 40 million on Tell. There's the difference between me and you, mate. One, our standards and our football knowledge. Like you're there, right? And I'm somewhere up there. You're San Marino, right? And I'm Argentina. Other than that, you're a great guy, Phil. Where are we? So back to Spurs. So are there any sporting directors or directors of football you'd like to see come in then if Paratici doesn't? Or do you think they'll stick with Lang?
Look, I think your signal's gone all really ropey. I don't know if it's mine or if it's yours, but has it
gone bad?
Yeah, you're like as frazzled into the thing. Something's gone really quite. Chat, is it me or if it's Savva? I don't know because I can see it going all a bit weird on your end, but
what is he? What is your mate talking?
You don't.
I don't want Brian Hill. What are you talking about?
Phil, you can't have that big of a stinker, my man. You've had an absolute nightmare recently on takes. Let's not try and banter the big boys here. Come on. It's like San Marino giving it the big one against like Italy. Like, come on, man. Look, I think for me, what was the question? Wait, about Paratici. Look, for me, my point is, I sort of go back to what I said at the start. I don't really care who comes in. I don't really give a crap, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
No, for me, I don't think it's better. No, it's fine now. It's fine now. But I don't look. I don't think it should be too difficult for us to sign decent players. I hate to put it past it. It shouldn't be difficult for us to go and find a left winger out there that is suitable for what we've got. I hate to be that guy. Like, we don't need to have. There shouldn't be some magical concoction. Oh God.
Oh, is he? Hang on, is he drunk? Hang on, should we watch him?
Let's watch him. Put him up.
Should we bring him up? I'll tell you. 1 second, everyone. Let me bring up Sean. We'll bring him up and we'll chat to him, shall we? Spurs Talk Show. Let's have a look. Here he is. Is he live? Yeah, here we go.
Go on, put it on. This will be good.
Here we go.
We're doing a watch along. This is. We need to do Spurs Talk Show watch alongs more often.
He was willing to take a huge pay cut, or the former chairman was prepared to make a huge exception for him. Under Levy, Tottenham had the lowest wage to revenue ratio of the top 30 highest earning clubs in world football. There has already been a subtle change to that approach this summer, with Christian Romero being made the club's highest earner and Spurs prepared to pay the big wages to complete the signing of Xavi Simons from RB Leipzig. Hang on a minute, Telegraph. This is more of this fucking bullshit story. We were still chairman of Tottenham when we signed Xavi Simons and when we gave Romero his highest club earner status.
Still talking about leaving.
The rewriting of history is not going to fly on Spurs Talk Show. I don't care how you feel about Levy. I am not going to allow the bollocks that is trying to get pushed through PR companies to be rewriting the story like suddenly Vivian and Charlie Lewis were responsible for us signing Xavi Simons and paying him enough money and giving Romero the deal, and that Daniel Levy was the cop block on those things. It's a load of wank, and I'm not having it, and you don't have to listen to me, but at least have the intuition to think about that before you make your decision, because that will be the narrative of those that are the Levy outers. If we sign a monster in January, or if next summer we sign a couple of monsters, and all of a sudden the wage bill starts to go up, the narrative will be Daniel Levy was the reason why it never happened before. It's bullshit.
Hit the
people that are currently in charge were always in charge. Lipstick on a pig is still a pig. Doesn't matter how pretty it might look. Don't fuck the pig. Thomas Frank, new manager Thomas Frank, is set to receive the financial backing to help Tottenham make up the ground on their rivals. Telegraph Sport revealed that Levy's exit is due to coincide with a new investment into the club worth over 100 million quid. And sources close to the Lewis family insist that proper support will be given to head coach Thomas Frank, and that money may also be spent differently to how it has been in the past.
Do you reckon it's going to demonetize me?
This is being narrated. Listen to it. Smell the bollocks. That may suggest there has finally been an acceptance that Tottenham's wage bill will have to increase if the club are to make ground on their rivals. Let's just go back a bit. Levy's exit is to coincide with new investment into the club worth over 100 million quid. What do you mean, the payday loan? The payday loan. What a load of absolute bollocks.
Hi, Sean.
Kane has left Tottenham to win trophies, apparently.
Hi, Sean.
We know he did.
Why?
He has done that and is likely to add to a second Bundesliga to his collection this season, given Bayern's start to the season. His big dream is to win the Champions League, and the early signs are that Europe's biggest competition will be an open race that Bayern should be a part of. I actually think Bayern Munich could win it this year. I really do. Ironically, Tottenham won their first trophy for 17 years without Kane.
He's not even looking at the chat.
Whilst Daniel Levy was in charge, are you going to slide that one in there? Matt Law or whoever it is that's written this load of wank? No, of course you didn't. And he'll be very aware of how special it would be to return and win silver at the club where he made his name. But perhaps the big remaining goal will be for Kane will be to go on and beat Alan Shearer's Premier League goal scoring record, obviously. Kane left Tottenham and England 47 goals behind Shearer, who remained at the top of the charts with 260 over the course of 9 full seasons. At Tottenham, after becoming a first-team regular, Kane averaged 23 goals a season. Fuck it out. 23 over 9 seasons. That's mad.
I might do this forever
for
on
the
my
club
channel.
and netted 30 in his
watch
final
other
campaign at the club. That means that Kane may only need 2 seasons back in England to break Shearer's record and could well set an unbeatable target of his own over the course of 3 or 4 campaigns. That is the end of the biggest load of drivel I've ever read in my life. And I apologise for
he's
for listening to that, for having to read that shit out loud. What are we doing here? Oh,
this is amazing.
Sava's talking to me. Sean. Hello, Savva. Sean, wave to my viewers. Have you done did you do a thingy, did you? You do a redirect?
No.
Big up to you. How are you, my man? Sorry, I was reading a thing. Reading a thing. Big up to you, mate. Big up to you.
He thinks I'm on a redirect.
100%. 100%. Did you do a thing? Sean's cooking, it says Alan. He thinks listen. I'm waving to you. I was in the middle of a bloody article that I'd ripped behind a paywall. You got to appreciate what you're getting out of Spurs Talk Show these days. You know?
This is the best thing
Wave, bro. Good enough. Sean could be talking and no one wouldn't. Sean could be talking to no one and he wouldn't. I wouldn't know. Have I missed something? What have I got to do? Why are people saying it? Why are you talking to me? Purple rain.
This is amazing.
I only wanna see you when you play at White Hart Lane. Hurricane. You know it, you know it. I want to see him play back at White Hart Lane, but I'm not interested in this Matlaw Telegraph bollocks. Did you do a raid? Is that what we did? Is that what I'm supposed to be saying thank you for? Thank you for the raid, if that's what you did. Or raid. Are you live streaming me to your channel right now? Yeah. Is that what you're doing? Have you got me on your screen is that what you're doing? Sean, load up Savva's channel. What we do?
This is amazing.
Let's create some inception. Let's create some inception.
This will be so weird.
Wait.
Is Sean about to bring us up?
He's gonna do it with us.
Hang on.
Oh my gosh. This is how shit September is in YouTube, that we're having to stream each other's shows while we're live. Oh,
this is brilliant.
StreamYard. Oh. Bang. Now you can see me seeing Savva, seeing me seeing Savva, seeing me seeing Savva. How about them apples? How about them apples?
Hi.
I'm live streaming you, live streaming me. I'm live streaming you, live streaming me. How about that? Talk about monopolization, Savva. Talk about monopolization, right? All those bozos out there who think that we're monopolizing, we don't need to redirect to each other's channel, mate.
We just talk through
I'll just stream you, streaming me, streaming you, streaming me, ad infinitum.
This is mad. This is mad.
Oh, this is fantastic. Let's keep it going. Let's see how long we go for.
Carry on, why not?
At some point, I think they're a few seconds behind them. Oh, wait, are we ahead? Yeah. Let me get this. There we go. Oh. We've got an ad infinitum now. We're absolutely ad infinitum. You can all the way back in the background. You can see it.
Oh, this is amazing.
Superb. Savva and Perchy. We are streaming all the way into the levels. The levels. By the way, you're getting a copyright strike. By the way, you are getting a copyright strike against you. You are getting a copyright strike against you straight after this, mate. How dare you? How dare you listen to me singing Purple Rain, Harry Kane? I'm going to have the rest of my cider. Oh, we got half an hour to go. Tell you what I'm going to do. Tell you what I'll do. I will go and I'm going to finish up. I want to go and join. Big up to you, Savva Raid. Big up to you.
Let's remove him now.
Yeah. That was funny.
Oh my god! All right, so we've got drunk Sean about to join us. Shall I send him the link?
Yeah, send him the link, man. This is funny.
What's his name?
Sean.
He does make me laugh, that boy. What's his? There we go. Spurs Talk Show. Message. Oh, he's a funny lad, isn't he?
Oh.
You're getting. I love that. You're getting a copy strike. By the way, my heart did sink a little bit because it did come up and say that Marseille had gone 2 up.
Have they actually?
VAR ruled it out. VAR ruled it out.
Oh, bloody VAR.
VAR ruled it out. Anyway, listen, I'll tell you what, that was a lovely rendition of Purple Rain with Harry Kane being put in instead. I want to see how much drink he's had because the Spurs 5 will be well funny. Him and Lubo arguing about Levy whilst one is drunk would be absolute peak. Absolute peak.
Comedy.
There he is. There he is. You all right, mate?
I've not laughed like that for ages.
Love that.
Someone said, oh, the Spurs 5's going to be fun. Sean's drunk. So I said, oh, let's put him on.
No, and then we drunk, I've had half a cider. That's what I was saying. Because I've been breathing better. I've got this weird problem with my nose in the evening. I've got this new clip thing that's like magnet, and it allows me to get more oxygen in, and I feel like I'm alive. I feel like I've got like, you know,
He's alive. Yeah. So we then someone said he was singing Purple Rain, so we thought let's put him live. That might be a new segment I do, just for creators I like that I know won't get me done for copyright.
Oh, you are being done for copyright.
Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty difficult when we're business partners, but you crack on and do it, mate. What? Who are you barking at? What are you barking at? Give me 1 sec, lads.
Welcome to the. Oh no, that was hilarious. Yeah, look, some people are getting annoyed. I'm good, mate. I'm good. Look, where I can't. Where were we, guys? Where were we after that? My cheeks are on fire.
How long were you watching before I realised you were watching?
Did you not see us in the chat going?
No, because I was reading an article. That I'd ripped because I'm not paying the Telegraph. I'm not paying the Telegraph to get behind the paywall, so I've got a technique where I can rip the content.
Oh, I know what you do. Yeah.
Right,
it was hilarious.
Yeah, but it's only when I put it down, I was like, well, there you go, a load of bollocks. And then I start seeing people going, Sean, send us a wave. And that's when I felt.
It was funny. Look, is this, I'm talking, are you talking about the Matt, your mate Matt Law saying that Harry Kane coming back thing? Is this what you were talking about?
Yeah, I mean, it's just the way that the article's written, mate. The way that it's written, it's all this. There's a PR push at Tottenham Hotspur right now to make out like everything that was wrong with the football club was Daniel Levy, and everything's going to change now. And it's a load of absolute gunk, mate. I said it on my stream. I don't know if you caught that bit of it, but like people like Lubo, people like Stell, people that are vehemently in the Levy out camp. I'll say it. I don't care. You're all wrong. He wasn't the problem. He was the solution. He wasn't the problem. He wasn't perfect. He had lots of flaws to his personality, but his mission, he put one foot in front of the other, and his heart was in the right place, trying to bring a level playing field. And everybody who blamed him for everything that's wrong with our trophy drought, they had their anguish and their animosity and their anger in the wrong direction. It should have been placed towards the lawmakers. And with him out of the way, you're now seeing this PR skullduggery bollocks from the kids of the Lewis children that are trying to whitewash things, and Matt Law's saying £100 million, new investment, new dawn at Tottenham. It's a payday loan, Perchy. It's a payday loan, bro. You know,
but
we're paying interest on money we shouldn't have to take.
I'm going to ask you a simple question though. But did Daniel Levy put 100% behind it? Is that the question?
Don't do that.
Did he put 100%? I love it. 100%.
Just once, I would love somebody in the Levy out camp to articulate what it is, like objectively, lines in the sand. What is it that you want from an owner? Who is it that you would rather have had than Daniel Levy in the Premier League? And not including the best that there is in FSG, and not including sugar daddy ownerships, who else would you rather have? And by the way, under the new ownership or under a new version of ownership, what are the unconditionals that you want to have? And people like Lubo, they cannot answer that question. Neither can Stell, neither can anyone else. Is try your best, buy low, sell high, 7-point manifesto of absolute waffle. Like, just tell me something that we can actually write down and come back to later and say, was that achieved or wasn't it? That's all I've ever wanted, and it's not something I've ever received from people. And it's there's a reason why. There's a reason why, Perchy. We're smart enough to. There's a reason why. Is because they don't really know what they want. They just know what they don't want.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Isn't it? And I think that's the key bit, because I've said it before. You start putting expectation and objectives on the table. If you're going to get
held accountable for your
get held accountable for your objectivity, and that's the problem, right? It's easy to just say, "Oh, I want someone that puts 100% behind the football." It doesn't mean anything. In conjecture, it means absolutely nothing, because my 100% is different to your 100%, to Savva's 100%. 100% means nothing, because my argument, and like, you know me, like I'm more than happy for Daniel Levy to go. I've got no issues with that, but I also will recognise going. There's no argument.
If we sign £100 million player in January or in the summer, the narrative will be that would never have happened had Daniel Levy been here. And the truth is, the only reason it is happening now is because Daniel Levy was there for 25 years doing what he's done. But he'll never get the credit because the story's been spun. He took us to the promised land. He got his trophy, and then he's been thrown under the bus. And the people that did nothing along the way to help, not a thing, are now coming in and taking all the credit just when it's easy, just when it's easier. It's a load of absolute bollocks, mate. It's the oldest trick in the book. Let someone else do the heavy lifting, and when the last bit needs to be done, when the last cup needs to be put on the shelf after the rest of the dishwasher's been unloaded, they'll say, "Thank you very much." And they're the one that gets the picture. They're the one that gets the photo of them putting that last thing back on the shelf, and it's made out like it's all them. It wasn't all them. Daniel Levy was a fantastic chairman, and I will die on that hill until the day that I die. And to the rest of you in the chat who are not as sympathetic to my plight, to my cause from my channel, the rest of you on Savva's channel, you're all wrong. Congratulations for being wrong.
Could I just say something quickly? Just really quickly, right? So I just went in there because my wife's just come home from work, and I went in there to see her. She went, "Who was that singing?" I mean, Sean. She went, "Quite a nice voice." I was like, Sean singing Harry Kane to Purple Rain. Yeah.
No, we can't. Sean's a devil. Sean's a prowling devil. I love it.
Are we winding Lubo up tonight then, are we?
I'm only on the wind up, but I don't really mean it. I'm winding people up. That's all.
Are we going to wind up Lubo tonight with some sort of?
Yeah, I feel like I'm in a mood. I'm in the mood for a wind up. Let's wind up.
Yeah, I can tell. Some sort of leaving debate.
I might just flirt with his daughter through the
Can we get tonight? Your job tonight is to get an objection and an objective standard that we have to hold the ENIC group or whoever's in charge, the kids. We like to call them the kids. We want to know what their standard is. We need them tonight. That's the top tonight. We want the standard. What is the standard?
Yeah,
I don't want 100%.
No, I want to know what 100% looks like. Line items. Give me a 7 point.
Give it your all. Just give it your all. If you give
it
your all,
I'll respect it. Will you, Lubo? Will you? Will you though?
Oh, I love it.
I do. I love him so much. He's so, as I've said, he's the king of avoiding questions. He's the king of avoiding questions. What does this mean? It's just an opinion. No, you haven't given me one yet.
He said I was the. It wasn't the Mandelson he called me. It was the king of spin. I forget who the king of spin in politics was.
Was it Alistair
Campbell? Alistair Campbell. Yeah.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, well, we'll wait till the Spurs 5 some serious football chat. I think everyone, listen, Sean, I said just now, this is how shit YouTube is in September, that we're watching you live singing. And like, we just spent an hour talking about the Ballon d'Or, which had nothing to do with Spurs. Like, it's just so.
Just quietly, Have you seen that Ballon d'Or list? Right, there's I think there's 5 PSG players on there. There's 2 players that currently play for PSG that are recognised as being part of different clubs, right? Like Desiree Doué, for example. I think it's recognised by Rene, whatever. Rather, he plays for PSG. So there's 7 players of 25, and PSG are playing. They're playing tonight, right? So so like seven players, and the likely winner is not actually going to be at the actual event.
That's a good point. I didn't even think of that, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, but if I'm not wrong, wasn't this game meant to be taking place yesterday, but was postponed?
Yeah, exactly.
Why was it postponed?
Rain, heavy rain.
Oh, not purple rain.
Yeah. Heavy rain, heavy rain.
I'm looking at the team. Well, Dembele's not in the team. Doué's not in the team.
No way if they prioritise the Ballon d'Or for a match.
Well, hang on. Barcola, Dembele, and Doué are all out injured. All out injured or watching the Ballon d'Or on their mobile phones. Madness.
Amazing.
But yeah, it's a guy. We were saying before, Sean. I mean, I've seen bad months in YouTube world, but this September takes the biscuit, doesn't it?
Yeah, man. Like my numbers are down like 80% or something. It's mad.
It can't be as bad as we had 10 people when we started. It's all good. We had the magic 10 when we started.
Yeah, it took me about 60 seconds to get a single person to drop into my chat earlier. As I was getting out. It's wild.
Yeah, we didn't have a single comment when we went live. Like I normally, you start the show and you go, God, look, all these people and they're bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on, but
it's the worst ever, mate. Like I don't remember September. I think I started in my channel in December. By May of that next year, I had got to 1,000 subs. I think that September was the last worst September.
Yeah.
Versus this one. The following September.
I don't remember this last year.
Yeah,
I do not remember this last year in any way, shape, or form. Then again, we did have old It's Who We Are, mate, and he did give us a lot of controversy to stream about on a daily basis. And the thing is, Thomas Frank doesn't say stupid stuff. So
he's killing me, mate. He's killing. He's driving me up the wall because he's so good. He's so right, and he says everything that I wanted to say before I say it. So then I'm like, well, I've got nothing to really contribute here because he's actually saying more than I even thought about. Like, I'm going to say A, B, and C, and he's already gone out and done his post match. He said A, B, C, and D, and E, and F, of which I hadn't even thought of, but were absolutely bang on the money. And so you're left kind of going, kind of what he said.
Yeah.
Do you know the funny thing is though, I hear all the time. I don't know if you hear it, but he's YouTubers love it when it's negative stuff goes on. When Spurs lose and you make more money, and it's kind of like, well, hang on, you guys don't watch as much when we win. Like when we win, you guys aren't about. Like I said this the other day, right? I guarantee you, if Spurs cruise to a 3-4-0, my watch along will be. It'll be all right? It'll just be a standard watch along. I guarantee you, if Spurs were to get knocked out 1-0, or if we lost the penalty shootout, it would go from 600 people into 2,000 within.
Yeah. It's like that. It's that Superman meme where Superman's pointing, or Spider-Man, where they're pointing at each other. Who's responsible for the negativity? Is it you lot in the chat, or is it us?
Yeah, it's them. I'm live, win, lose, or draw, mate. I don't pick and choose.
Anyone?
What do you reckon? There's going to be a big crowd there Wednesday night? I mean, I'm not sure there will be. No,
I think there'll be probably like 45,000.
The thing is, it will do. It will grow because you'll have people near on the day going. Like the ones that work in London and stuff like that will go, I'll get a ticket last minute and I'll go in. But it'll be. But
it's a weird one though, because like what they can't do, and I understand that they can't do it, but they should find a way that's a middle ground. is they should set their prices. Obviously, for this one, they probably screwed up, right? And also, you could make the argument they screwed up for Villarreal as well, because there's probably 4,000 or 5,000 seats at the top of the East and the West stand that were empty on Wednesday or Tuesday. But when it comes to like £30 a ticket, if that's their pricing, what they can't really be seen to take what they can at £30 and then wait and see that they've still got 15,000 seats that aren't unsold and then sell them at £10, because then the people that paid £30 are going to go, well, what you're punishing us?
Yeah, you can't change the pricing now. Like
you can't change the pricing, right? So
the problem is the problem with the club is that if I'm right in saying with the pricing, it's all set. It's all set, right? So whether we got Doncaster or we got, say, Everton in the cup, the pricing would still be the same. If I'm not sure how it works, but I'm sure in the cups they are set to £30 whether we play a League Two or League One
I don't think so because
I might be wrong. I don't know.
Because I think last year we got Manchester United in the cup, and I'm pretty sure it was basically priced at like near full whack.
But that wasn't the third round though, was it?
It's the fourth round. No, it was the third round because the second round we got Colchester. No, third round we got Colchester. Sorry, you're right. Fourth round we got United. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, fine. I didn't remember.
Big up to Rogue Shark for the worst joke of the night. It's the Napoli versus Pisa. I find myself leaning towards Pisa for this one. Very good. Very good banter indeed. Yes, I'm doing a watch-along Wednesday. As far as I'm aware, it is on Sky Sports. As far as I'm aware, it's on Sky Sports Plus, I think. If not, we'll have fun trying to scramble around for some sort of feed somewhere. Don't worry, we'll get it done. Phil Coys has said, quick starting lineup for Doncaster. I'll show you. This is what I put up. I think it will be something like this. I could be wrong with Kinski and goal. I think it will look something like that. If Basuma's not fit, I think it will be Sarr in that position instead of Basuma, and then it will have to be a Bergval unless he goes for a Luca William Barnett. I can't see it in the number 10, but I don't know what else we would do. What do you guys think?
Dragishin's still out,
isn't he? With this team? Will I be that far off with this 11?
You're not far off for sure. Not far off.
It'll be interesting to see if Basuma plays though, in the sense of
how injured is he?
I don't think he's injured. I think it's disciplinary. I don't think it's injury. But let's be fair. If he was he on the bench on the weekend? He wasn't, was he?
No, he's not. He's not been there. But I just get the feeling he said about, there's no hard feelings and he's part of the squad, and obviously he's not left. I just wonder, is this the type of game where you go, right, go on against Doncaster? Because we know Gray will start. Gray has to start. And by the way, Lubo's boy Gray, I fully expect a man of the match performance. I expect him to run the midfield.
Oh, I'm going to be doing just watching Archie Gray for the whole game. I'm going to just focus on him. I want to see this level of football player that Lubo has told me he is. Let's see how he gets on. Is Kolo Mawani not available?
Well, I don't know. They said he had a dead leg for a few days before Saturday.
I would have thought.
Plus, he's not been fit, right? I genuinely don't know.
Wouldn't this be a game to build fitness, right? This would have been a game where you go, okay, play, even if it's 45 minutes. But because at what point, when does he get to match fitness if he doesn't play any minutes in football?
No, sure. If it isn't, I guess if he's fit enough, he's got to get in. But I think Johnson's got to play because he's not started for a while. Tell will start because he's not getting Premier League action and he's not in the Champions League squad. Odegaard, if I'm him now, I'm leaving Odegaard there and then against Wolves. I just leave him there for the moment. Give him 3, 4, 5 games in a row and say, right, show us. Sarr didn't start the other night.
Is there any chance that Basuma and Gray is a little bit too boring, a little bit too negative? Do you need both of those?
I just don't know who else there is, Sean. I don't know unless he's going to play. I mean, this is a perfect game to say to Bentancur and Paulinho, take a
one of the kids, mate. If you maybe Luca Barnett, whatever his name is. Maybe
I mean, if we put Luca Williams-Barnett in, by the way, he hasn't got a picture on this app yet. So when you do it, he comes up like this. There you go. Look. Sorry, Luca. You've just a grayed out face for Luca Williams-Barnett. I mean, there were people earlier saying they wanted to see Thompson on the left. People saying they wanted Byfield at the back. And I was like, whoa, let's not.
Yeah, it's too much.
Let's not put loads of.
For views, mate, for views, selfishly, that might actually be the trigger for your channel to explode. You know.
What about? And I don't think it should be the case. Do you think he goes Dane Scarlett up top?
Right.
Yeah,
well, there's the other one.
Possibly, yeah.
So what about this then? What about if Sarr drops into there? What if someone like a Tell drops into there and then Dane Scarlett goes into there?
Yeah.
I put Tell on the left then and Odebear in the 10 because I actually thought Odebear played in the 10 for minutes last season. And I actually think that, by the way, I said this on Twitter earlier, people having a crack at Odebear. I was like, look, I understand why people were like thinking that his instinct was to not do the things that Kudus does. But like Kudus has been amazing. But you can make the argument that Kudus is super selfish, right? You can make that argument if you want to. If you want to be negative, I like what Kudus is doing, and therefore, if you're trying to template him and compare him to Tell, you're going to be disappointed. However, everyone's saying that Destiny Udogie had the best game he's ever had in the Premier League in the Tottenham shirt, but that's in no small part because of the role that the role that Odebear played. Odebear was doing the triangles with Udogie. Odebear got the ball, and his initial thought was to give it back to Udogie, to create triangles, to get out of the way, to move into spots, and then to let Udogie do his thing. Udogie doesn't have as good a game if there was someone like Kudus who got the ball from him and then kept it on Saturday. So, like, for me, I think that Odebear doesn't do what you want in a winger, but if you're a left back and you want to get forward, Odebear is your perfect partner. Because
it's what I said the other night, Sean. My worry of Odebear for me seems a very neat and tidy footballer. I've got no, it's not like I watch him and go, you're dreadful. It's just from what we've seen in his career. This is his career. We went through the other night. He's just got no end product at all. And you've got to have end product. You've either got to be scoring or assisting. But as I said, he played the other day. I would play him there again tomorrow. And then I'd play him there again against Wolves. And say, right, go on. You've got 3 games there in a row. Show us what you've got. And can I be honest? Against Doncaster, right? Can't have any excuses for any of these players. This is a League One team. By the way, they've only scored 10 goals in 10 games, and they've conceded 10 goals in 10 games. So, this is a team that we should be beating. But Odebear, Tell, Johnson, these are the games where I want to see. Show us that you're the level above.
Who's creating in that front four, though?
Well, right. And
Johnson isn't creating it. Johnson's doing nothing. Johnson wants to be the recipient of other people's hard work. He's a leech. Johnson is a leech on Tottenham, right? He sits there and wants to just like suck the blood out of other people's graft, right? That's what he does, right? He like it's clear. I think we can all agree. Good at doing what he does, but he doesn't do anything unless other people do the graft before him. Odebear the other day gave the ball, like he'd win the ball, get the ball. He wouldn't win the ball. He'd be given the ball and then would allow Udogie to move forward. He'd give it back to him and let Udogie get the plaudits. So it's the entire opposite of Johnson in as much as like he wasn't feeding off of other people. He was helping other people do what they were doing. Matisse Tell, look, at the moment, I can't make the argument that he's anything more than a bystander. And Dane Scarlett, I don't know what to say about Dane Scarlett. Like the only thing I would say about Dane Scarlett is that he always seems to do better in a Tottenham shirt than he does wearing someone else's shirt. Like he has a couple of output things, right? He did it against Elfsborg. He did it, I think, in a game or 2 games after. I think was it West Ham? He did the flick on whatever it was. I think that Dane Scarlett seems to put on a bit of a better show when he's playing for Tottenham than he does on loan. But who is it in that front four that's creating? I don't know. And behind them, you've got on that team sheet, you've got Bissouma and Gray. I think that if that's the case, we're 0-0 at half time, and then we bring on the heavy, like bring on the.
Isn't that the worry though, right? When we talk about depth and stuff. That is the depth at the moment at the football club.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. That's why I think it's a risk to be able to be putting them all on. Like, I think you need somebody in there that's going to do the heavy lifting. But if you're making 9 changes to the team, there's an outside chance that you could have the Fulham debacle, like what happened with Angepostecoglou in season 1.
Here's the argument, though: would Xavi Simons be the one that starts? He didn't start on the weekend, so he's the one that's had what I would say the more rest.
Let's be honest. He's the only creative one at the football club. Can we? I agree. We need to end the show because we got a show starting like now. But I'll tell you what, Sean, we'll continue. We'll bring this up because I genuinely don't see that without Kudus or Simmons, I don't know where the creativity in this squad is. Great. But we'll talk about it on the other side, guys, girls. I have already set the redirect. We're going to send you all over to the Spurs 5, so you get to see me and Sean again. We'll see what other songs Sean can sing for us. Perchy, thank you very much as always for your time. If anyone would like replica shirts, please go over to okjersey.com or scan the QR code. Really good shirts. Type in Savva as the discount code for 8% off. That's SAVVA. And Match Bingo is good fun. Perchy is living testament that you can win money on Match Bingo. He did win money last week.
I did. It wasn't a much, but yeah, it's a good laugh. It's a good bit of fun when you're watching a game. It's good fun.
Well, that's how to plug it. Thanks, Perchy. That's it. Downplay on that. Thanks. I mean, that was absolutely superb.
I blame it because 4 other people won at the same time as me and I split the pot.
Anyway, I've got to get these really quickly. Big up to Martin Knightsbridge. Martin Knightsbridge, how you doing, bro? Said Sean drinking and singing is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know what's funnier, his singing or his football opinions, but big up to you, Martin. Thank you very much. Big up to Super Spurs TV, Blaine. Thank you very much. I said purple shame. Sean singing, insane. Big up to you, Blaine. Really appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much. Big up to Martin, who's come back in again and said Sean's got a booger sugar nose clip. I have no idea what that means.
What?
A booger sugar nose clip. Oh, I see.
You can breathe.
I see. Big up to you, Martin. You are very generous, my man. Thank you very much. Andy Lester said the members will always be here, Savva. Big up. Yeah, my members are great. Thank you very much to each of you. Really appreciate that. Thank you very much, Andy. And Phil Coys, I told you, save your money and get some football lessons so that we have to stop hearing about your crap opinions. Big up to you, Phil. Much love. Sending you over there now. Take care. As always, come on, you Spurs.